Good day everyone. I'm Over Nicole and Jacinto, and my topic for today is all about the literary piece of Rizal, which is A Century Hence or Filipinas Dentro de Cien Años. So, dito, nag-attempt si Rizal na i-predict yung future ng country natin. Meron siyang outline of several scenarios kung paano ang Philippines magbago over the next century. So, it is translated as the Philippines within 100 years or the Philippines a century hence. It was serialized September 30, October 31, December 15, 1889, and February 15, 1890 in the fortnightly review La Solidaridad of Madrid. Jose Rizal estimated the future of the Philippines in the span of 100 years, the catastrophic end of Spanish rule in Asia. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na nag-attempt si Rizal na i-predict yung future ng Philippines over the span of 100 years. Ito na rin yung end ng Spanish rule in Asia. So, he prophesied Filipinos' revolution against Spain, winning their independence, but later the Americans would come as the new colonizer. So, konting overview lang about this article. It ends with a prediction on the possible political intervention of European or neighboring powers, or even that the United States should the Philippines declare itself independent from Spain. He dismisses that possibility given the existence of other more enticing economic prospects. Rizal also predicted that the country will adopt a federal republic government once it is liberated. He also warned that bloody uprisings may happen if the country doesn't undergo drastic changes. So, these essays talk about Rizal's feeling that it was time to remind Spain. The condition ushered in the French Revolution could have an effect on him on the Philippine island. The glorious past of the Philippines. The deterioration of the economy. Expose the causes of the natives suffering under the cruel Spanish rule. Rizal cautioned Spain as regards the imminent downfall of its dominion. Awaken the minds and the hearts of the Filipinos concerning the oppression of the Spaniards, encouraging the Filipinos to fight for their rights. So, when Rizal wrote this essay, his intention was only to remind Spain of what should happen to his relationship with the Philippines if they continues the maltreatment over the natives. He also illustrated the dire situation of the country and how the natives were remained in the dark because Spain thought that Filipinos were just meant to serve their mother country. Fortunately for Spain, people like Rizal, Jaina, Del Pilar, among others, did not want to settle for less and knew that there was more than being colonized. So, although Filipinos Dentro de Cien Años was just meant to give Spain a cue on what it should do to keep the Philippines under their wings, as talks about the power in the global arena was awakening, some Spaniards thought that Rizal was trying to incite insurgency among the natives. So Spain continued its abusive ways until the Filipinos could no longer take it anymore. Thus, almost 2 years after Rizal's execution, the Philippines finally gained their freedom from the Spanish colonizer. So, in Rizal's annotation of Antonio Morga's Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas, also written between 1889 and 1890, our national hero demonstrated and discussed the Philippines' glorious past in the Philippines a century hence. He examined the country's economic decline and identified the causes of local sufferings under cruel Spanish rule. As a result, the essay listed the following as the various causes of the sorrows suffered by Filipino natives. It is Spain's usage of its military policies. Poverty got to be broader than ever as farmlands were cleared out to the plants. The individuals kept on endure from starvation and illness, and generally all aspects of life of the locals got to be retarded. Deterioration and vanishing of Filipino inborn culture. So, the Philippine population decreased dramatically. As a result of such decrease, as farmlands were left withered, poverty became more widespread than ever. People continue to suffer from hunger and diseases. The family, as a social unit, was abandoned and all aspects of native life became slowed. So, Spain came with the sword and the cross. The local people began forgetting who they were and their social heritage, losing their sense of self-worth, befuddled, and reluctant in their current lifestyle. Seated with themselves, of course, and losing trust within the future and the conservation of their race. Passivity and accommodations to the Spanish colonizer. The Spanish ministers, one of the most effective power that impacted a culture of quiet and dormancy among the locals. When Spain arrived with the sword and the cross, it began the process of gradually destroying the native Philippine culture. As a result, Filipinos began to lose faith in their past heritage, became skeptical of their current way of life, and eventually lose hope in the future and the preservation of their race. The colonist method of governance was blamed for our people's passivity, according to the essay. The Spanish friars were one of the most powerful forces that influenced a culture of silence among the natives. The Filipinos learned to submit to the will of the foreigners as a result of the use of force.